that I've never done anything like that.
There was this story this week I had never seen before. This cable news contributor lighting a fire on the way out the door. You saw what Ralph Peters said about Fox. He called the network a propaganda machine. He worked there for years with you, but he wrote this. He said, in my view, Fox has degenerated from providing a legitimate and much needed outlet for conservative voices to a mere propaganda machine for a destructive and ethically ruinous administration. When primetime hosts who have never served our country in any capacity dismiss facts and empirical reality to launch profoundly dishonest assaults on the FBI, the DOJ, the courts, the intel community, which I serve, and not least a model public servant and genuine war hero such as Robert Mueller, all the while scaremongering with lurid warnings of deep state machinations, I cannot be a part of the same organization. I've never seen anybody on cable news do that on the way out the door. Did you agree that Fox is now a propaganda machine?
Well, I haven't been at Fox for a very long time. Ralph Peters, I used to book Ralph Peters when I'd sit in for Hannity or Riley, and he would come on, and he was always a firebrand. He'd always have something extremely provocative to say. That's Ralph Peters is entitled to his opinion. Again, 8 months ago, when I left Fox, there weren't not a lot of pro-Trump people at Fox. There was only a handful of us.
Wait. Not a lot of pro-Trump people at Fox.
Go look back 7 or 8 months ago, and you'll see there was Hannity, myself, maybe Jeanine Pirro, and beyond that, there was not a very Look, here's the thing about any network. I'm sure it's certainly true for Fox, or my experience with Fox, and likely CNN. No one calls you and says you have to be on board with Trump or against Trump or pro-Obama or against Obama or have this political leaning or ideology. We are free to have our own opinions. I'm sure you are. I always was. I was never told which way to go with anything, and I never did. So the beauty of capitalism in the marketplace, free speech, is that there is a Fox which leans one way. CNN may lean another way. Another group, MS, may lean yet another direction. You have choices, and that's the beauty of the American capitalist system.
But Peters is going further. He's saying Fox is assaulting our rule of law by trying to tear down Robert Mueller's probe, by trying to discredit Mueller's probe. He says he's embarrassed to work there. Were you ever embarrassed?
No, I was never embarrassed. And that's Ralph Peters has always made very provocative statements. He would come on, and for the record, Ralph Peters never liked Trump from the very beginning. He never thought Trump would win the presidency, and he certainly wasn't a pro-Trump advocate afterwards. He's entitled to his opinion, but Brian, honestly, as I'm sure everyone here, Don and Anderson and Wolf,
the difference is
no one tells them what
correct, but you're naming journalists.
Ideological.
Hannity, as Shep Smith recently said, some of these guys are entertainers, not journalists. I wondered if you agreed with Shep that some of the primetime hosts are entertainers at this point.
No, I think Shep has his role. He gets it. By the way, Shep has a lot of opinion in his quote-unquote journalism show. But look, he has his role, and the opinion,
standing up for the
opinion
facts,
people have their role as well.
Isn't that what you're seeing on cable news these days? People are trying to stand up for facts and decency.
Yeah, but what's the point? I mean, you can still have a strong opinion and stay within the boundaries of fact, and I think that's generally what happens. Like Sean Hannity is a very good friend of mine, Laura Ingraham, a very good friend of mine. They're very opinionated, but they're always within the boundaries of fact. I mean, as opposed to a different type of news show, a straight news, a 6 o'clock news show here at Fox or anywhere, you're going to get straight news. This is what happened today. When you go into the prime time, every network as well, when you get into prime time, the primetime hosts on cable are delving further and further into opinion, but staying within the realms of fact.
A year from now, you think you'll be in the government or you'll be on television?
All I know is, at this moment, my goal in life is to save families from the opioid scourge that we've been honestly horrendously dealing with for the past 7 months.
Yes.
Losing a child is nowhere anyone should be, and hopefully what I'm doing with the opioid push with the White House, with the help of the White House, will save some lives. And that's really I'll let God light the next path for me right now. That's my only path.
I've learned from the way you've shared your pain in the past 7-8 months.
So many people have,
what
Brian.
that's
I mean,
like.
It's like opioids is touching more and more people, and young people, younger and younger people are being affected by it. If you're under 30, you're most likely to die by accident from an overdose, and likely an opioid overdose, more so than guns or cars.
Eric, thank you for being here.
Thanks, Brian.
Good to see you. After a break here, a student journalist from Stoneman Douglas High School. She covered the aftermath of